Develop yourself to develop others. Attribute number 13, congruency. If we say that certain things have to be done, we must do them. That's what it means to develop this attribute. So if as a parent I say, first thing that we must do every morning is make our beds, when my kids go to my room, they should see every day my bed made, because that attribute now commands respect, and then they're going to want to be like me. So in an organization of network marketing, that's even more important, because we are not the bosses. So we don't tell people what to do. It's not like when you have a boss and they say, I want you to work all the time. Every time I look in your direction, you better be working. Well, they pay me, so I better look like I'm working, right? But what if my boss turns around and watches TV while I'm working? It doesn't matter. He's my boss. But in network marketing, that's not the case. Everyone works with us, shoulder to shoulder. So because I'm not a boss, but I have people who are working with me, now if I want them to listen to me, I have to develop this attribute. So let's talk about 10 things that will demonstrate that I have this attribute and that will encourage others to give me respect and want to imitate me. Number 1, if I tell others that soul is important to take every day, then they have to see me taking it every day. So that's number 1. Number 2, if I tell others it's very important, personal development, motivational things, then I have to every day be reading something motivational to be able to say that. 3, if I say that it is important that we talk about soul to one person a day, then every day I have to have one person a day that I share soul with. 4, I should be making calls to help others learn about the opportunity, the business opportunity. Why? Because if I'm telling my group how important it is to promote soul for business, then I have to be making those phone calls and those follow-ups. And all of that, of course, I'll learn in the SOS School. 5, if the company has events and I am encouraging people to be at the events, whether they are virtual or in person, then I have to be at the event. If I say, when we get on a Zoom call with the company, we need to have our camera on, mine must be on. If I say, when we get on a meeting for Zoom with Soul, we should not only have the camera on, but we should be focused and listening, maybe taking notes, but always listening, not just all over the place, then I have to be doing the same thing. My camera must always be on, and I must always be focused and or taking notes. I can't be doing other things, looking in other directions, or with the camera off. So congruency means I say something and then I do it. 6, if I encourage that my group use the SOS School, Simplicity of Soul, then I must have used it, and I must be using it with my specialists. 7, if I promote the use of tools, this brochure needs to be used, this catalog, these videos, then every time people look at me, I have to be using them as well. Because if I don't, then I am lacking congruency. 8, I have to be positive. If I encourage others, hey, I don't want anybody to be gossiping, and we have to avoid that, and we must be always positive, and we want to talk well of others. Well, if I do that, if I say that, then I have to do that. I can't be the most gossiper, the biggest gossip person in the room, right? So everything I say, I must do. 9, if I say, hey, we must be at local events, like if our group has a local Zoom every week, a business Zoom and a health Zoom, and we must all be in it, then I need to be in it as well. And 10, respect others. If I teach my organization, hey, we have to respect others, don't badmouth anybody, it doesn't matter if they're not in our organization, we're always going to be talking positively of others, then I have to show leadership in that. So I must never be heard speaking negatively of anyone. 10 things that will help me say things and then do them. And so now when my organization looks at me, they see this attribute of congruency. It will help us grow together. It will guarantee that we have respect and people will imitate us. And if it isn't a whole bunch of people, it's okay, because in Soul I only need 5 leaders that are willing to look at me and want to imitate me. With congruency, you'll be headed in the right direction.